Bitch, we could have been kidnapped. Hi there, I'm Roux, and I'm so excited that you wanted to stop by to watch my Christmas special, 31 Days of Story Times. Every day this December, I will be posting a new, true story time from my life. It's going to be hilarious and extremely personal for your entertainment. Let's begin. Today I want to tell you the story of when I had a taken in a real life experience. You know the movie with Liam Neeson where he continuously keeps losing his daughter and has to retrieve her with his special set of skills? I experienced that in real life. Not to the extreme extent, like there was no Liam Neeson dude coming to save me, but yeah, it was the intro to that movie exact. How, you might ask? Well, I was going on vacation with a friend of mine, the same friend that I pranked with the pregnancy thing, if you watched that video, and as mentioned in that video, she has very limited social cues. Like sometimes it's just like, why? Why did you say that? And why did you do that? And most of the time it's just because she doesn't pick up on my jokes, which are hilarious and wasted. So sad. But this was one of those instances where she just didn't pick up on really important social cues, like, bitch, we could have been kidnapped. So before we went on vacation, this is the funniest thing about it all, is I told her, we were at a party, and I was like, we're going on vacation, remember, don't tell anyone where we're staying. Wouldn't want the taken thing to happen to us. And then we were all laughing like, ha ha ha, yeah, that was so stupid, like, how could anyone do that? Obviously don't tell people where you live, because strangers might be psycho killers, etc. And we had a good laugh about that. In hindsight, it's like, why? I even brought it up. The exact scenario. Taken. Exact scenario. As you might imagine, we get there and we're at the airport, just like in the movie, and we're lining up to get a taxi, and I'm like, okay, this is the taxi queue, That's when it happens. We're just standing there, I'm just standing there, minding my own goddamn business, waiting for the taxi, thinking, this is all gonna be normal as fuck, and then it didn't go very normal. She starts talking to this guy behind us, this elderly, past middle-aged man, and he's like, oh yeah, you're Norwegian too, how fun. I don't know if she heard him talking or he heard us talking, but it was like, oh, fellow Norwegians on vacation, how delightful, right? And then they start talking about, oh, where are you going? And I'm like, don't tell her where we're going now. Like, I was like, I had that little thought in my mind, like, she's not gonna tell him where we're going, or where we're staying, right? That's exactly what she did. She didn't just tell him where we were going, she pulls out a map that she had printed out before we left of the quickest way from the airport to our motherfucking hotel. She shows him that and goes, that's where we're gonna stay. It's like, she literally gave him a map to find us, and I'm like, what is happening? I was just like, I couldn't believe that this was happening. I was just like, what the fuck? She continues talking, and she's like, oh, you're going there? And he was like, really nice? And he was like, yeah, I can take you. Young girls, you probably don't have that much money, and you're going on vacation. I can totally pay for the taxi ride, and you can sit in my cab, and then I can just, take the little shortcut by your hotel, and then, take it the rest of the ride and pay it at the end. Literally, you're going to show this man where we're going to live. This complete stranger that we've never met before. I was so pissed, there was no words. I was so unbelievably pissed. And I wasn't just pissed, I was scared. Like, I had legit fears, like, why would you tell a stranger where we're living? You know nothing about this man. And I confronted her and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, it's cheaper. Why are you being so difficult? I'm like, cheaper? This is exactly what happened in that movie that I talked about that you shouldn't be doing. And she's like, you're being such a prude. Sure, I'm being such a prude about not telling complete strangers where we're going to live. Sure, I'm the prude. I'm the problem. Definitely. Sure. We get into the cab, and by this time, I'm like, okay, you've already shown this dude a map of where we're living. It's not like taking the cab there is going to, give him new information. You've already given him all of the information. You might as well have GPS tagged us and said, here's the tracking button. You're welcome. We're in the cab, and this man, he's very polite, he's very nice, but here's the thing, so would a psycho killer, okay? If someone is a psycho killer trying to kidnap young girls on vacation, they would be really nice too, and you never know. Exactly like in the movie. So we're sitting in the cab, and I make a point to be super rude, super aggressive, and really just not gonna take any shit. I just wanted to, you know, put it out there that I was not the gullible kind, and I was not gonna go quietly, and I wanted to give this man the impression that, okay, if we want to abduct these girls, that one is not gonna just sit there and say nothing. She is gonna make a motherfucking explosion if we try to kidnap her. Like, she knows what's up, and she sees right through me if he were to be a kidnapper, right? And I'm not saying that he was, I'm just saying you don't know, okay? You don't know. So I was just making the most of it. I was like, you know, it wasn't very clever, let's call her Hannah, to give someone our location when we're on vacation. And she's like, why are you being so rude? Well, I don't know, because you don't give strangers our personal information and shit. You literally gave him a map, and I was looking that man right in the eye, and he was so uncomfortable. And I get that he was just trying to be nice, because in hindsight, he didn't kidnap us. So he was probably just being nice. And he just actually wanted to, you know, be like a nice old grandpa kind of dude who's like, oh, these girls are on vacation, we speak the same language, let me, you know, sponsor your taxi trip, because, you know, you're young and you don't have a lot of money. He was obviously a nice guy. And I felt really bad that I had to be the bitch, but someone had to. Like, he could have been a trafficker crazy dude, so someone had to be like, you know what? Not gonna go quietly. You know what? I'm gonna make a scene, and I'm seeing right through you, and no. I was so upset. And when we got to the hotel, I was like, how could you do that? And she was like, what? You were so mean to that man. The man you don't even know. The man you just literally gave a map of where we're staying. We're here for a week. He could come kidnap us. What the fuck? This is exactly the scenario that I said you shouldn't be doing. Why? It's like you just took that and made it into a blueprint of things you wanted to do. What? It's the opposite of what we were talking about. What the fuck? And she was like, yeah, okay, fine. You're being so overdramatic. I'm fine with being painted as the one who's overdramatic, okay? When it comes to safety, I'm not gonna be like, oh yes, let's be polite to the possible serial killers of the world. No, you don't give strangers your personal information, and that's just that, and you don't tell them where you live. That's not about being mean or rude, that's just like being conscious and making precautions so you don't get murdered. Okay? That's me doing my darndest to avoid any sort of Criminal Minds episode happening to me. And her. Like, she can pull that shit whenever she wants, when she's by herself, and God knows she does. But when I'm around, no. My safety is not going to be compromised because somebody thinks it's all nice and dandy to give strangers my personal information. No. Have you ever experienced anything like that? Just, you know, where your friend just does the opposite of what you just talked about, or gives strangers your personal information? I've said personal information too many times in this video. You can make a drinking game out of it. How many times did I say personal information? I don't know. You would probably get drunk if you tried. Personal information. If you liked that video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos every day this December. Story times.